A lot of people tell me, why do you tell the story about the rats on the track? And well, when I first met the family of rats on the track, I didn't really care much about rats. I didn't really think much about it. I thought, what does it matter if a rat got squashed by a train? But after breathing in the poisons that they give the rat families, I realized that, it's probably not fair. And a lot of us are breathing in these rat poisons, and that's not very cool. And whenever I see the rats, it reminds me of the time that I met the rat family on the train tracks here on the New York City subway. And a lot of people ask, gosh, what's that like, And I can just give you a taste of it. Hey, we're at Delancey Street on the New York City subway. And this is where I met the, rat family. A lot of them made friends with me. I'd feed them, feed their kids, feed generations of them, month after month. I felt like I was doing a great thing until one day a train came along. And my favorite albino rat got smashed by a train right here in Delancey Street in New York City. And there's nothing really wrong with being a rat. In fact, there's nothing really wrong with being any kind of mammal, in my opinion. I don't know why we have to, really persecute them like that and not let them crawl along the tracks and not let them, breed along. I mean, what's wrong with that? But anyway, what happened here, I threw my, I had just gone to the food truck, gotten a little bit of food, rice and beef and stuff. And what happened was a train came along, and there was a little rat right there on the track. And the train came, and just as I was feeding him my little morsels of meat that I had bought that day, just for him, because I wasn't really hungry, the train came right up along and just squashed the little rat. And his mommy was saying, "Baby, don't go there. Don't go where the humans go." But he went anyway. And that's how he died, here on Delancey Street. Poor little thing. So I'm just kind of, saying this in tribute and memory of the little baby rat that died on the train tracks. Okay? And thank you for coming out and just, hearing the story.